You know Shivandha, who will start off, who is the founder and chief executive of the NAS Foundation International, focusing on male-male sexualities and HIV across South Asia, providing technical and institutional support and assistance to MSM groups, organizations, and networks in the region to develop their own HIV and sexual health services, rapid scaling up of service coverage towards universal access, addressing stigma, discrimination, and criminalization, along with promoting good practices. Now hear this. He is also the chairperson of the Asia-Pacific Coalition on Male Sexual Health, and in 2005, he was awarded the Order of the British Empire in the 2005 New Year's Honours List of the British Queen for his services in HIV prevention, well, I couldn't resist, and care with men who have sex with men in South Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Shivandha Shah.
Where are the South Africans here? Who's from South Africa? We have no South Africans here? It's all your fault that I'm hobbling around, falling in your country. How do I follow this guy? Easily? I think you make a very nice queen too. And since my camel knees are very worn out, I can't get on my knees to receive my honorary award from the appropriate position. Anyway, Stephen, thank you very much for your kind words, and I'm very sorry. I'm first here because, as it says in the Christian Bible, the oldest shall be first. So age before beauty. I'm the dinosaur in the room because I go back to 1969, before many of you were born, in the old days of the Gay Liberation Front. I don't know, how many of you remember the Gay Liberation Front from the 1960s? Nobody. Oh. Good old days, no? Before HIV, when we used to wear those big broad shirts and long hair and beetle ties and what have you, marching for lesbian and gay rights, equal rights. In my position living in the UK at that time, it was on racism and class in the lesbian and gay communities, because sometimes we forget to look at our own discriminations within our frameworks as well, and we need to remember that. And then, God, that was 5 years ago. And I'm still looking cute. So, I'm staying in this hotel, and my room number is, and I'm available. And you know that, what they say about aged wine. Anyway. We were fighting in the 60s and 70s to be heard. To be heard. Remember that. Then, of course, HIV comes. And most of you seem to have got engaged in the struggle to be heard because of HIV. But don't forget the institutional memory that a lot of the processes and the ways forward are on the shoulders of people who fought in the 60s and 50s for equal rights for lesbian and gay men. And much of what we've achieved today rests on their shoulders as much on your shoulders as well. And I first started work in the UK because South Asians were considered very good people. We get married, we have children, we go to the temple, we go to the mosque. We never do these bad things that all of you seem to do. And so the Britishers felt that we didn't need to have investment on HIV because we were not going to catch HIV because we were very good people. We soon proved that they were wrong. Not because we were catching HIV, but we like to have a lot of fun. Anger. What motivated me back in the 60s and 70s was anger, that we were not being listened to, that our rights as human beings were not being respected. What got me angry in the 80s and the 90s was anger again. Now, anger can be a negative thing, or it can be a very useful thing. I noticed when Stephen was giving his comments that his body language was very angry.